Hello and welcome to another training. I am Erin Rector, confidence coach and business strategist. Today I am going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite subjects, and that is networking. So networking, if done correctly, in my opinion, is really the number one way to grow your brand and your business. And there are lots of different types of networking, right? So we can do networking on social media. We can do networking in person now, or again, I should say. There are all sorts of different ways to network with people. And really, one of my personal favorites is just in your everyday life, right? So just coming across people, meeting them, finding out what they do. One of the things that I always like to ask everyone is just, how can I support you? So again, whether or not they're a business owner, or maybe they're just looking for something, maybe they're new to town and maybe they just want to find, a good painter or a good, a piece of furniture, or who knows, a salon to do their hair. You really never know what people are looking for, right? So that's why you ask. So there are so many different groups to network in. I myself am a part of numerous groups online, as well as I run a group here in Knoxville, an all-female networking group, and I participate in all sorts of other groups too. So really some important things to remember when you're networking is have a purpose. And you know what? Your purpose may actually change depending upon where you're networking. So if I'm networking in an all-female setting, my purpose might be a little different than it might be if I am, in a different sort of setting. So just know your purpose for that particular event. And most networking events or groups give you an opportunity to share, your 30-second commercial or 60-second commercial, depending upon where you are, elevator pitch, whatever you want to call it. And you'll get the opportunity to stand up in front of the group and explain who you are and what you do. And typically, an ask of some sort of who you're looking to connect with. And so that's really important, to be very clear on that purpose, be very clear on your 30-second commercial and who you are and what you do, how you serve people, and making sure that it's very concise, direct to the point, but also make it intriguing. The whole point is to get people to want to talk to you afterwards, right? So we want them to be able, or to want to come and ask us some more questions and network with us. One thing though that I feel like is missed quite a bit, and I really want to talk about this today, is connecting with people that you don't necessarily think that you would work with. That's something that came up very recently. It was not an actual networking group, but it was online. And someone had asked for a coach. And it wasn't very specific, so I asked them a few questions, and this person's response was just, send me your website. Which is fine, not a problem. So I wrote back, I said, I have no issue sending you the link to my website. However, I think it would be a really good idea if we sat down and had a virtual coffee chat. That way, if I'm not the person who can help you, I will probably know someone who can. Because as a connector, as a networker, I have a lot of contacts in the industry, and maybe I can send you to someone else. So I think it's really important to realize that, and to not just say, oh, well, I'm not interested in working with that person, so I'm not even going to talk to them. I think it's really important that you get to know them, get to know who they are, what they do, and who they're looking for. That way, the next time you're in a conversation, maybe somewhere else, or maybe on Facebook, or who knows where these opportunities are going to come up. Trust me, they come up in the most least expected places. But then you might be able to refer back to that person at some point. So I think it is a big miss if you just feel like, oh, I would never work with that person, or even if that person does the same thing I do. Again, I think it's a big miss to not get to know them better and not to get to know their specialty, because, I'm a business strategist. There are one of my best friends is a business strategist also. Her specialty is business strategy using astrology. So I may speak to somebody who, is looking for a business strategist, but maybe I'm not the right one for them. Maybe she's the right one for them. Or maybe, one of the other hundreds of thousands of us out there are better suited for this particular person. So I think it's really important, because first of all, it's just good to put that positive energy out there and to connect people with who they really should be working with. And I feel like anytime I do good, I get good back. It may not be right away. It may not be, in a week or a month. It may be a year. I'm going through a situation right now where I am seeing the results of something I did a year ago. So, it's super exciting to see those opportunities come back around full circle. But I think it's really important that you take advantage of those networking opportunities wherever they come up. Even if it's a stranger in the supermarket, right? Get to know them. If you started a conversation with somebody for a reason. And I fully believe that everybody is put into my path for a purpose, no matter how big or how small. So remember that next time you're networking, to make sure that you connect with everybody, even if it's not somebody that you're going to be working with in the future, but you may know somebody who would be a perfect fit for them. Thanks, guys.